Hi, hello, my name is Jenna and welcome to my authortube channel. I'll try to do this rapid fire this time because this is take number 452 or something. In the meantime, I decided to write things down because apparently, who would have thought that's helpful? I'll be doing the authortube newbie tag and I might skip some questions because they're redundant or I just kind of combined some of them, so it's vaguely the authortube newbie tag. It's most of the questions, and I don't know where it takes where the video takes me. I might sprinkle in some other things, thoughts, stuff and things. So how did you find out about authortube? Well, so I found out about authortube by being chronically online, as one does. And back in the day, I would say like 2015 or something, I feel like authortube and booktube were growing at the same time or showing up at the same time, but it was mostly bookish content about people talking about what they were reading. And at some point, I started seeing people talking about writing books and not just reading them. I was kind of figuring out that I could actually be a writer and I don't just have to exist in this fandom world where I don't really actually write, I don't contribute in any literal sense, and I'm just consuming media that I'm frustrated with. I constantly have my own stories in mind and I'm not doing anything about it. So that was like in that period when I started watching other writers creating this authortube community. But what kind of rejuvenated my interest in actually posting my own content was, first, I'm in a period of life where I have more time to actually dedicate to writing. I always wanted to make videos and kind of connect with people with similar interests in this particular way. And there's this new wave of fresh new authortubers for the last year or so, and if you're in this sphere, and you probably know all of them, and I just, oh my god, I loved all of the videos they did when they went on the retreat. That was just so amazing to me. I want to start making videos. As any YouTuber will tell you, for a newbie, just start with what you have, and what I have is a phone. And soon I'll hopefully be getting a camera. We'll see how that works out and how my editing skills work out. I've been filming this video for the entirety of today, and this is still kind of weird. And it's also weird because English is not my first language and I don't usually have much opportunity to actually speak it. I don't really talk when I use English. I mostly listen to it, or I read it, or I write it. And there's not a whole lot of like brain to speech connection happening. I keep looking at myself and not at the camera, so we'll see what we can do with it. But I wanna post tomorrow. So if this video sucks, I promise the others will probably be slightly better. What is the next question? What genres do you write in? Well, I mostly do like fantasy or paranormal adjacent things. Then the question is about what kind of process do you have when you're, I guess, outlining or writing. And I am a puzzler slash planner. I like to have this sort of grid, and I've seen videos, I've seen thumbnails, I haven't watched the videos, of like other people mentioning this grid concept, so I'm not sure if they're thinking about it the same way that I am. But it's just a vague outline that I can just easily fill in the voids, because the story comes to me usually, like the beginning of the story is usually a scene or not even a scene, just like an interaction between the characters, which reveals to me both the characters and kind of the setting or what the story is about, basically. And from then I just kind of branch out and try to figure out what the plot is. That's the main issue. The main issue is what is even happening, because I can write just their mundane life forever and there would be nothing happening. But so my challenge this year is to figure out an interesting plot that doesn't delete my characters, because that tends to happen for some reason. Like, I nail the characters, I know who they are, I know how they behave, and then I put them in a plot that I thought would make sense for them and then just suddenly doesn't. So I don't know. I'll be figuring this out, so stay tuned. Yeah, I plan to self-publish this if it works out. I'm not opposed to traditionally publishing, but so far I really don't have any solid ideas. I don't think the stories that I'm planning to write anytime soon have a trad pub potential, so I think they will do much better being self-published, and I do enjoy like the idea of self-publishing. What kind of videos can you expect? Well, to start with, I would like to kind of introduce you to my way of thinking about the story, or rather like coming up with the story, and how I vaguely outline. Do I stick to an outline? How I put it all together, because I feel like it's pretty chaotic, so maybe it's going to be interesting for someone to like watch it happen. I will do videos about the Rough Draft Challenge, maybe like some vlogs about it. Another thing that I would like to do is like one of maybe the main reason why I even want this channel is to have the live streams. When did I start writing? Well, I didn't actually start writing as in actually writing things down until quite recently, actually. But the progression of me realizing that I wanted to be an author, or that I could just write my own stories, that's the thing that took a really long time. So I don't have as much actual writing experience. I have been thinking in stories all of my life. Like, since I was a kid, when you play pretend, I played pretend by myself, but not like I wasn't the character. I always played out like a story, but I was all of the characters, but I was never the character. There was always this part of my imagination that kept coming up with stories. First time that I actually wrote a book from start to finish was during NaNoWriMo in 2021, and it was the most kind of rewarding and amazing time, because for the longest time I had no idea if I was ever going to be able to do that, and then I really persevered and I pushed through it, and I did it, and I was just so proud of myself, and I'm still so proud of that story, even though like it's not my main priority anymore. It's, even if its only function ever will be the fact that I wrote it in a month, and it's exactly like roughly around 50,000 words. There's a truck outside. You're probably be able to hear it. Let's just move on. I have 5 minutes left on the SD card. Yeah, a silent pause is going to help. you know, that will be enough for me. That story will have served its purpose. Um, Authors that inspired me. For most of my life, what inspires me the most and what kind of always prompts me to have my own ideas is witnessing bad ideas. Basically, if I'm watching a bad TV show, a bad movie, I'm reading a book that has the idea has so much potential and it's interesting to me, that's why I picked it up, and then it just doesn't deliver like whatsoever, or it's not what I thought it was going to be. Usually that is like my biggest inspiration. That is when most my fresh ideas come, when I'm faced with something that I don't enjoy. I don't want to fix it. It just prompts me to think of something else that I would like instead. La 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 la. Do you schedule your writing? No, I don't, but I will. I write at my computer simply. Maybe during the rough draft challenge, if I don't want to sit down all of the time, I will maybe just connect my keyboard to my phone or tablet, and I can just stand or be on the treadmill or something. I enjoy that immensely because I have the best ideas on the treadmill. That is my idea time. You know how some people say they get ideas in the shower? No, like just put me on a treadmill, give me headphones, let me close my eyes and not like I have to be at home, so like I can't do it at the gym or something. I have to be alone, and that's where the idea downloads happen, and it's the most fun. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of the authorship community? I just want to be here. I want to interact with people. I I would love to receive comments and chat to you there. I would love to do live streams if there's enough interest. I would, love to meet the author tubers that I enjoy watching, and I'm just so excited to start. And I also do love like the memory keeping part of it. Like I am kind of sentimental. I love keepsakes, and I love being able to look back and see how I created this book that I plan on writing. And this is a bit of a chaotic video, and I and ah and have a lot of pauses, and I talk weird and whatever, but we're doing this. I started, I'm here, and I really, really, really hope you stick around, subscribe, like, and come back next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.